Patients showed up half-naked to sleep studies, and I was the one punished for complaining. When I switched careers, I never imagined that I'd end up arguing with patients about wearing clothes. But here we are. In 2024, I started working as a sleep technician while finishing school. Sleep techs aren't nurses. We're machine operators who monitor patients overnight, tracking their brain waves, heart rhythms, breathing, and muscle activity to diagnose sleep disorders. The work is fascinating, and I love helping people figure out why they're exhausted. But the part no one warned me about? People show up to their sleep studies with zero concept of professional boundaries. You'd think it would be common sense. You're going to spend the night in a medical facility, so bring pajamas. Apparently it's not. Some patients, almost always men, strip down to tighty-whities. Some proudly announce they sleep naked. And then they look at me, a female presenting tech, expecting me to just deal with it. It's not just awkward. It's creepy and unprofessional. I'm trying to hook up electrodes to their legs and chest while they stand there acting like this is normal. I was so uncomfortable that I started recording every single patient interaction, as is protocol, because the entire situation felt ripe for accusations or misunderstandings. As a newbie, I didn't want to rock the boat, but after a few of these encounters, I decided to ask my lab manager if we could stock hospital gowns or disposable robes for patients who didn't bring sleepwear. I figured that was a pretty reasonable compromise, protecting staff from harassment, giving patients some dignity, and keeping the environment professional. I was nervous to bring it up because I was still a trainee hoping for a full-time position. The lab is overwhelmingly staffed by women, and it felt like everyone just quietly tolerated the situation. But I couldn't keep pretending it was okay. At the next team meeting, I presented my idea. Some of the senior techs immediately supported me, but one older tech launched into a dismissive rant. Back in my day, you just did your job and ignored it. This generation is too sensitive. I felt my stomach drop. The conversation died right there. The manager rejected my request. The subtext was clear. If you can't handle patients showing up half-naked, maybe you're not cut out for this work. But the new supervisor, someone younger and more open-minded, saw how distressed I was. She quietly got a box of hospital robes approved through another department. We kept them in a closet. Whenever someone didn't bring pajamas, I offered them a robe. It helped a little, but the damage was done. I felt like I'd painted a target on my back by speaking up. And it only got worse from there. The culture in that clinic was toxic. Some coworkers were supportive, but a core group of senior techs were just mean. They mocked me behind my back. They stopped answering my questions. They made sarcastic comments anytime I did something differently or took too long to finish a procedure. I'd spend 12-hour night shifts dreading every interaction, not because of the patients, but because of my own coworkers. Eventually, I asked HR if I could switch to a day shift or transfer to another department. That backfired spectacularly. HR basically accused me of being a problem employee and implied I should work on being a team player. I stuck it out as long as I could. I kept my head down. I did my job. But every time I drove into the parking lot, my chest tightened. My heart would race when I saw the building. Even thinking about going back made my whole body go tense. I left that job feeling defeated. I had worked so hard to get there, paid thousands for training, spent countless hours learning how to work with patients, and I loved the work itself. But the environment was so toxic that I couldn't keep sacrificing my sanity. A third party even suggested I consider legal action because of how the clinic handled my concerns. But I didn't have the energy or resources to fight an institution that powerful. Now I'm at a crossroads. I still believe sleep tech is meaningful work. I was good at it. Patients trusted me, and I took pride in helping them. But the thought of ever setting foot in a hospital again makes me feel sick. I'm lucky. Some of the kinder techs offered to write me recommendations. And I keep reminding myself that standing up for a safer, more professional environment doesn't make me weak. It makes me someone who cares. I don't know what's next. Part of me wants to try again in a different clinic, hoping this was just one bad experience.